Welcome to April's Garage. Car prices are going sky high. It's crazy, but I feel like some people don't think about the long-term investments in these cars because the prices to get things fixed is going up
The maintenance and the service bills are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That is faux show. Yes. As I'm hip, I'm up with the times. I don't think anybody's been saying faux show for 20 years
or
and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for 30 years. But yes, currently, it's crazy.
Happen. Yeah. Would you spend $1,500 for new spark plugs?
No.
Okay.
Well, it depends on the car, I suppose. On the Bugatti Veyron, absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Well, there's a guy that's flipping out because a dealer charged him for his 2015 Challenger over $1,500 to replace all of the spark plugs.
It's a Hemi 392?
It's a Hemi 392. Apparently there's 16 spark plugs, so there's more than the average, I guess.
Okay. But still, it's all reachable. Mm-hmm. Like, how much are the parts?
So if you go to like O'Reilly's or AutoZone, each spark plug there, like their high-end, like the fancy spark plugs are $250 each.
And that's not the ignition coils, because ignition coils can be expensive. Mm-hmm. That's just changing plugs is regular maintenance.
Right. And now the guy that got this quote, he thought, okay, well, maybe you got to take the car apart and do a lot of different things. No, you just have to remove this plastic valve cover, and that's about it. And there's nothing really to dig into to get to.
Because I just had a whole Hellcat Challenger apart and did the whole kit and caboodle for...
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, no, here we go. Now we're going back to the 1920s with kit and caboodle. Did all of it.
That's from the 1920s?
I don't know, it's probably. But yeah, so going through the engine was more than 10, less than 15. And I still haven't seen that car yet because it's been at a paint shop for a month for the body kit. Oh God, that's so stupid how deep I am in that piece of junk.
So is this something that you think dealers are just kind of price gouging people? Because people that go to dealers don't really understand cars as much.
So Tyler Potter was here recently. He helped you with the recommissioning of the Dodge Dakota and surprising me and all that stuff. Well, I suppose I got it and then it was broken. So that... And so I got given a broken truck. I paid him. So Potter was telling me about the diff mount on my Jeep Commander, how he loves this job. When it's in warranty and the manufacturer is paying for it, it's like an hour job because that's all the manufacturer pays. But if it's a customer, then they get to charge 3 hours of labor. But he's done so many that it takes him like less than 30 minutes.
No way.
And then they charge the customer 3 hours because that is book time. Now, the argument for that is Tyler's been at it for 15 years working as a Jeep tech. He could do that with blindfolded. If any of us were to try and do it for the first time, it would take us longer than 3 hours.
Sure.
But since he's such a professional and good at what he does, he's quick. So he wins on that and he loses on others. But the reason why they overestimate on customers and make them pay more is because their techs get absolutely screwed when it comes to warranty work. So say your car's still under warranty and there's a defective spark plug. They probably only pay the manufacturer $500 to do all the spark plugs or less. Because the manufacturer won't pay that much. And it's basically dictated, the price is dictated by the manufacturer.
Mechanics getting a commission off of things that they're saying? I thought they were getting hourly.
So yes, they'll inspect the cars and then they'll find all the things that are wrong with it. And they'll pick and choose the stuff they really want to do. Easy fluids, easy spark plugs, maintenance stuff, like I said, the gravy jobs that pay really well, and recommend it to the service advisor. And their job is to sell it to the customer. So you bet it's basically commission sales, because if they can say, I found all these things wrong, and then the service provider is able to sell this to the customer, say, hey, your car needs this, this, and this, then they make more money.
It's huge that you're saying sell this to the customer, because I feel like it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be selling maintenance to the customer. If something needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed. There shouldn't be that gray area.
Are you a communist?
Maybe I am.
That sounds very un-American to just be screwing over each other and making a bunch of money. I mean,
Well, there is another man that was very upset about this very thing, but he also had a Bugatti Veyron. But get this, the switch for the mirror, the mechanism that moves that side mirror. $15,000
No, it's not.
from Bugatti
to
replace that switch. Now, there was some inner workings with the switch too and replacing the mirror.
That can't be right.
But that is absolutely
That can't be right. So is this the article right here?
That's the article right there.
No. 15,500 at current exchange rates. Why so much? Because fixing it apparently required replacing the entire door panel and the mirror assembly and the motor. So they were saying, hey, I'm saying, hey, my switch is a little jiggly. Okay, we're going to replace the switch panel, your door panel, and your mirror to fix a little jiggly switch.
Let me tell you how this went down and what actually then happened. They pulled a little Tyler Hoover.
Did they find a Volkswagen part?
Did some research, found a Volkswagen part. Now this part only came in a package of 5.
Oh.
Okay, so they had to buy all 5 of these little pieces that would then fix
the little
this,
bushing that makes it less jiggly, yeah?
which all 5 of them cost $1.20.
Ah.
So
And then was he able to do it himself? Just pop, like, I think it just pops right out, right?
absolutely popped right out, fixed it himself, and saved himself around $15,000.
So that's the thing with Bugatti, is they need to work on making these cars more reasonable to maintain over time, because they're building a legacy brand. These are multi-million-dollar cars. They're investments. People want to see value. They want to see, like, hey, if I buy this car, then the value is stable and I'm not getting annihilated. And when there's stories like this, like $15,000 for a mirror switch, that's a Volkswagen part, it does no favors at all. And yes, they've made whatever it is, $15,000 on a job for a $1 part.
Right.
But the bad press with this, it doesn't make any sense. The $60,000 for tires and not coming up with a solution, it makes no sense. They just need to chill. And as for everybody else, when your car's out of warranty, you find a good independent shop. You find a car wizard, and you save yourself a ton of money.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do. So it's the dealer's job to gouge the people who want the convenience of going to the dealer and just getting in and out really quickly, versus going to an independent. But whatever.
Yeah. It's tricky, but they followed your lead on that with
Yes.
your Bugatti.
Bugatti ownership can be reasonable.
If you know the right way to go around it. Now, here's another thing where I do feel bad for this guy. There's a man in New Jersey whose dark horse just lit on fire. Something happened. He said he lost clutch pressure, and the dark horse, boom, went up.
I think it was a recall on these, right?
There was a recall on the clutch line. I don't know if he had gotten it fixed prior to that.
He may have been the guy that caused the recall, right?
That's true, because it has to happen somehow. They have to figure it out somehow. But this poor guy.
So he lost the whole kit and caboodle, the whole car. We got to look up, origin of whole kit and caboodle.
It cannot be 1920. There's no way.
Google AI says whole kit and caboodle originated from the late 1800s.
What?
Both meaning collection or group. So a kit or a caboodle both means a group. So that's what it means.
Okay. That sounds cool. Then.
So I'm quoting
use it.
late 1800s speak.
Very good.
Wonderful.
I don't know where we were going with that, but this,
Anyway.
This dark horse. The funny thing that happened though is a year after it burnt down, he gets a package from Ford. A very nice package.
Oh, yeah.
Opens it up. It is the welcome package for the dark horse that you receive, which is really cool. It has a lot of cool little features in it and photos of your car.
Well, this goofball paid over MSRP for it.
Yeah.
I read this article. And he was going after Ford to pay him back for paying over sticker for the car. Which,
that's what happened.
the Ford sets the price, and then it's up to it's on you, dummy, for paying more than the sticker price for it. And to ask Ford to pay for your bad decision, that makes, obviously, he got his money back and all that stuff.
Well, so he did get $800 from Ford. He also got his insurance payout. But is this something where you go after Ford first? Like he did get into insurance payout first, so you can't really then kind of trickle down and hit up everyone for money.
Everybody's so happy these days. I suppose you could, but you have to find a lawyer to take it on. By the time you did it and did the split and all that stuff, it wouldn't make any sense. But that's funny that, like, I know he fought it out with Ford, and then they sent him a welcome kit. Congratulations on your dark horse that burned to the ground, and here's all the photos. Here's all these pictures of the car and the different options and everything else. Just as
like a memoriam.
Exactly.
For your car, which I feel like you would have a lot of those because you have driven a lot into the ground. That's what we should decorate, because we need some more stuff here. We should just have memoriams of cars that have just completely went out of service for you.
Yeah, sort of like a Sarah McLachlan music playing, like this one with the sad puppies, those commercials and all the cars that have met their demise or were too bad beyond saving for me to save them.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
In memoriam. In the arms of the angel.
Thanks so much for watching.
Away from here.
Why'd you have to make that face?
Oh. I guess that's not how her face is. She's a pretty woman.